Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Derek Martinez. The Nuremberg Community Players will be presenting their production of Disney's The Little Mermaid beginning this Friday, August 9th at 7 p.m. The Little Mermaid is the story of a young mermaid named Ariel who becomes fascinated with life above the water and falls in love with a prince. We visited the Emerson Theater in Nuremberg to speak with Lisa Yurcho, who is playing Ariel in the musical. Yurcho told us about how she got involved in the role.
After we finished our production of The Wizard of Oz, it was Jen and I's idea to do The Little Mermaid because we both loved the play. So we talked Sean and Todd and a couple other people into doing it.
Yurcho also told us about some of the things to look forward to in the show.
We've got a lot of great things. We're using a scrim, and it projects effects that the actors are actually behind, so the audience gets to see different pictures and things. We have a boat that we're going to be using in Kiss the Girl. That's one of our scenes, and the boat pretty much moves on its own. So we have a lot of fun things up our sleeve.
We also spoke with Jennifer Hart, who plays Scuttle the Seagull, about her favorite aspect of the show.
I mean, it definitely has to be all of the effects that we have. We have a great crew that not only puts in like visual effects, there's sound effects, so the light effects, and a few other things up our sleeve, just to kind of make it, as realistic as possible, and just keep everybody entertained and constantly going. There's always something going on.
Another member of the ensemble cast is Joey Gans, who plays Grimsby, the caretaker of Prince Eric. Gans told us what it was like to be part of this production.
I think that I have enjoyed it a lot, and playing the role of Grimsby is a very funny role. I enjoy a lot, especially at the very beginning when I'm very seasick and I say, "Oh yes, well, it's simply delightful."
Director of The Little Mermaid, Sean Anderson, also spoke with us and gave some insight on what it takes to put this show together.
So all the productions always end up amazing. I think every theater has struggling to the last day or the week of before everything comes together. So this one was a lot, just trying to get all the songs done. We actually have 3 different people choreographing the songs to kind of split it up instead of having one person. We had our friend Camille come in to do some music direction, so they can sing backup along with the harmonies and things in the songs. So it's going to be fantastic. You're always worried ahead of this time, a week before the show, things aren't working out, things break, things got to get fixed, but it's going to be fantastic.
The Little Mermaid will run this weekend from August 9th to the 11th. Friday and Saturday's show begins at 7 p.m., and Sunday's show will begin at 3 p.m. The show will also be performed next weekend on the 16th at 6 p.m. and the 17th at 3 p.m. Tickets can be purchased on the Nuremberg Community Players Facebook page or by calling 1-877-718-7894. A man is wanted by Hazleton police on criminal trespassing charges. Isaiah Beatty is wanted following an incident on June 19th where police say he broke into a structure. Beatty is a black male standing 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighing 140 pounds. He is described as having black hair and brown eyes. Anyone with information regarding his whereabouts is asked to call 911. 3 suspects are wanted for questioning in connection with an incident at Dollar General. According to police, the incident took place at the Dollar General on North Main Street in Pittston on Monday. Details are limited at this time regarding the nature of the incident. Anyone with information regarding the identity of the suspects is asked to contact Pittston Police at 570-654-2425. Extension 1535. Coming up on WYLN News, the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce hosts a networking mixer. Plus, the United Way is teaming up with the Hazleton Police to offer free back-to-school haircuts. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Lehigh Valley Health Network and Jefferson Health have come together, two leading health systems dedicated to improving the well-being of our communities and offering you a broader access to uncompromising high-quality care. Stronger together for you.
My name is Adam. Tomorrow's gonna be stormy.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today. Like and follow WYLN News on Facebook for the WYLN News Midday Update. When it's serious, there's only one health network with seriously innovative health institutes. Lehigh Valley Health Network, your health deserves a partner. SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Renai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600. WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969.
This week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, I'm going to be all by myself. I'm going to entitle this show, Confessions of a Chiropractor. I want you to get behind the scenes, see what I see. So stay tuned, I will make it as good as I can of a show for you.
Welcome back to WYLN News. The Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce held an outdoor networking mixer on Tuesday in collaboration with Carmen's Country Inn and Gardens. The mixer gave guests the opportunity to check out the garden area at the venue in Drums. Attendees also enjoyed an array of homemade refreshments and live entertainment. We spoke with the manager of Carmen's Country Inn, Kathy Cucci, who told us more about the outdoor space.
This new garden area is brand new, and a lot of people who come here don't even know that it's here. So that was another reason why we wanted to show off the grounds with this mixer. And we have a lot of water features here. What we do is we have weddings here, we have outdoor cocktail, and then indoor dining, and then outdoor out in the gardens.
The chamber mixer was also an opportunity to inform guests about the Carmen J. DeLeese Memorial Fund. The fund is in honor of Cucci's father, Carmen DeLeese, and will provide scholarships for students working in trades. Carmen's Country Inn and Gardens is located at 364 Freedom Road in Drums. A GoFundMe page has been created to raise money for a Hazel Township Little League player. The funds raised will cover medical expenses for Aiken, who suffered severe lacerations to the mouth and lost several teeth during a tragic accident at a recent baseball game. According to the page, Aiken underwent an extensive surgery and will continue to see additional specialists due to the severity of his injuries. Anyone interested in donating can visit GoFundMe.com and search Rally for Aiken. The United Way of Greater Hazleton is teaming up with the Hazleton City Police Department to offer free haircuts for students in need. During the event, students will have the opportunity to receive a free back-to-school haircut from local barbers and hairstylists. The program is open to all school-age students from pre-K to 12th grade living in the Greater Hazleton area. The event will run from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. at the Hazleton Area Career Center on August 26. To register for the event, you can call 570-455-9515, extension 201. Coming up on McAdoo's News Choice, Chris Fulmer leads us down the path through history with Benton Part 2. And stay right here on WYLN. We'll be right back.
Heisler's Cloverleaf Dairy is now open at 743 Catawissa Road in Tamaqua. Stop by the Dairy Bar, try over 33 flavors of homemade ice cream still made on the premises, and a full menu of hot food made to order. Have some fun at their driving range, or play mini golf on their 2 18-hole mini golf courses. Heisler's Cloverleaf Dairy, celebrating 65 years. Same great taste, same great location, same great memories to be made.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Watch PTN on WYLN.
WYLN TV 35 is expanding and is on the hunt for a dynamic salesperson to join our vibrant team. If you've got the passion and the drive, we want to hear from you. Send your resume to the email displayed on your screen. Don't miss this great opportunity.
Are you waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, maybe even ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me. I end up going to a dentist and he wants to charge over $600 for a night guard. That's when I found this, the Brooks Night Guard. This was a game changer. It's smaller than other night guards that I tried, which is a good thing because it doesn't make me gag. It could fit on the top or the bottom of the teeth. It's lightweight and super comfortable. Now the Brooks Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth, reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Brooks Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Go to brooksnightguard.com and order yours today. Your teeth will thank you for it in the morning.
Go to brooksnightguard.com and use the promo code to activate your special TV offer. That's brooksnightguard.com. Order today and take advantage of this special TV offer. Your teeth will thank you for it in the morning.
Hey, did you know WYLN posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. WYLN, the local leader on social media. We're your local network. A Path Through History is sponsored by the Old Jail Museum, 128 West Broad Street in Jim Thorpe. Call 570-325-5259 or visit them online at theoldjailmuseum.com.
Following the Civil War, Benton remained much the small town it had been before the conflict. Signs of the Industrial Revolution started appearing in the area, however. Newton Harrington, upon returning from the conflict, would build an iron foundry in Benton. Its primary products in those days were sled shoes, which came in handy for transporting the logs produced from the area's timber industry. Lathes, plows, and griddles would also be made at the Harrington foundry, and during World War II it made 75mm shells and stove parts for the military. After nearly 100 years of Harrington family ownership, it would be bought by Al Hall in 1958. He changed the facility's name to the Benton Foundry, and under the ownership of first he and then his sons, the factory has grown to a large iron-making business. Other businesses also took root. A planing mill opened in 1870 at what today is the junction of routes 487 and 239. It would be converted into a flour mill owned by A.W. Wilkinson and John P. Chapin, and then changed once more into a roller mill in 1889, and then a buckwheat flour mill in 1904. It burned down in 1918, but was rebuilt, and still operates today as a feed mill under the name Benton Roller Mills. At their peak in the 19th century, over 14,000 covered bridges crossed countless bodies of water throughout the United States. Today, a little over 900 still stand. Columbia County, always an epicenter for covered bridges, today has 21 spans within its border, the third most of any county in Pennsylvania behind Lancaster and Washington counties. And 3 of Columbia County's bridges can be found within a few miles of each other on Fishing Creek just west of Benton, all of them built with a Queen Post Truss design. The northernmost of these spans is the Creasyville Covered Bridge, built by T.S. Christian in 1881 for roughly $300. It was originally named the Durr Covered Bridge after nearby sawmill owner Hiram Durr and stretches 49 feet across Fishing Creek. Just below that is the Judd Christian Covered Bridge, named for a local farmer at the time of its construction in 1876. It was built by William L. Manning and has a length of 60 feet. The southernmost and longest of the Benton area's covered bridges is the Sam Ekman Covered Bridge, which was also built in 1876 by Joseph Redline for just under $500. The bridge's namesake once owned a shingle mill nearby and later founded the Millville Creamery. It has a span of 71 feet. Benton Borough once did have its own covered bridge crossing over Fishing Creek, but that span is no longer standing. As the largest community in northern Columbia County, Benton became the site of several hotels for travelers moving through the area. One of the more impressive ones was the Exchange Hotel, built by Hiram Hess in 1872 and opened to guests the following year. It would later be owned by Daniel Donovan, who remodeled it extensively by 1910. Other hotels in Benton proper include the Moses Van Campen Hotel, the McHenry House, and the Travelers Inn. North of Benton itself, a stone house would be built on the shores of Lake Genoga by brothers Elijah and Clemuel Ricketts in the early 1850s for area travelers. It would be known as Ricketts Folly for its isolated location. In 1865, 2 guests of this lodge had wandered down to Kitchen Creek to go fishing and made the breathtaking discovery of numerous impressive glens and waterfalls on the property. Elijah Ricketts' son, R. Bruce Ricketts, a former Civil War veteran, entered the scene soon afterwards. Bruce had served in the 1st Pennsylvania Light Artillery, which notably saw action at the battles of Drainesville, which was the first Union victory in the Eastern Theater, 2nd Bull Run, and Chancellorsville. Ricketts was the commanding officer of Company F from fall 1862 to summer 1864. He would have his moment of glory at Gettysburg, where his unit successfully held off an attack on Cemetery Hill by Jubal Early's Confederate troops on July 2, 1863, despite the fighting being hand-to-hand at one point. He would also see service at the battles of the Wilderness and Spotsylvania and the Siege of Petersburg before the war's end. Back in civilian life, Bruce began buying up property around Lake Genoga from his father in the late 1860s. He eventually controlled 80,000 acres, including the glens and waterfalls. The younger Ricketts then opened the 3-story North Mountain House in 1873, built by lumber from a sawmill in the area he owned. Guests came to marvel at the waterfalls of the property, and Ricketts would ultimately name 22 of them for posterity and would hire men to build trails along the waterfalls, a process that would take 4 years. Ricketts also hosted the first summer school in the United States of the hotel in 1876, with Joseph Rothrock, considered the father of forestry in Pennsylvania, as one of the teachers. Bruce Ricketts still wished to make a profit in the lumbering industry, though, and repeatedly reached out to potential investors to build rail lines onto the property and start cutting trees. He would not find a taker, however, until 1890, when the Trexler and Terrell Lumber Company, led in part by prominent Allentown businessman Harry Clay Trexler, paid Ricketts $50,000 to cut his timber. The company built a town on the other side of the lake, which would be named Ricketts, connected to its rail lines, and began cutting timber. By 1911, the sawmills in the boomtown could process 125,000 board feet of lumber a day. With timbering riches now at his disposal, Ricketts closed the North Mountain House, which had been threatened repeatedly by fire in the intervening years, in 1903. Attendance had declined at the hotel in the prior years anyway, as the forests were cut down. Benton itself would be connected to the railroad starting in 1888, when the Bloomsburg and Sullivan Railroad reached the town. Although headquartered in Williamsport, the railroad's tracks were entirely in Columbia County, stretching 29 miles from just south of Bloomsburg to Jameson City in far northern Columbia County. 6 passenger trains went up and down the line each day, while freight trains would carry leather and lumber, among other items. The line opened Benton to the wider world for the still dominant Roar McHenry distillery and allowed rapid transportation of its whiskey to customers. By 1960, the line's northern terminus would move south from Jameson City to Benton, and trains that reached the new terminus would wait overnight in Benton before heading back south. After 40 years as a wholly independent line, the Bloomsburg and Sullivan would be bought out by the Reading Railroad in 1928 and operated as a subsidiary there afterwards. Passenger service ended in 1934, but the Reading continued carrying freight in the line until it was damaged by a flood in 1969. The tracks would be torn out a few years thereafter. During the Bloomsburg and Sullivan's heyday, however, Benton would also become a place of recreation during this time for railroad travelers with the opening of Hess's Grove near the tracks in 1889. Its name would soon be changed to Grassmere Park and had an official stop in the Bloomsburg and Sullivan's line. Guests that disembarked at Grassmere Park had numerous picnic groves to enjoy, as well as cool water springs, a baseball diamond, swings, concession stands, and a dance hall to enjoy. They could take boats out on Grassmere's Lake or ride a carousel that was eventually installed. The annual Columbia County's Farmers Picnic was frequently held at the park in its early years, and local organizations would also have get-togethers there, including the Jerseytown 4-H Club and local Boy Scout troops. While the tracks of the Bloomsburg and Sullivan no longer stand nearby, Grassmere Park today lives on as a campground.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Tune in and see all the unique places to stay and things to do in the Pocono Mountains. Watch PTN on WYLN.
Like and follow WYLN News on Facebook for the WYLN News Midday Update, posted daily between noon and 2 p.m., powered by Lehigh Valley Health Network. When it's serious, there's only one health network with seriously innovative health institutes. Lehigh Valley Health Network, your health deserves a partner.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Attention WYLN viewers, WYLN TV can now be seen on the Hazelton Service Electric Cablevision HD tier, channel 507, and over the air at 35.1. WYLN, we're your local network. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call WYLN News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@WYLNTV.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. WYLN, we're your local network.